Today, I want to talk about something I see all the time when learning becomes difficult. The question is, why do people shut down when learning becomes difficult or challenging? It's a moment that's easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking for. Someone is trying and you can see that effort, and then something changes. There's a pause, the eyes drop, a joke that appears out of nowhere, a tone that shifts, and the energy pulls back. If you've worked with people long enough, you know that moment. I'm Nikki Mountain from Dyslexia Unpuzzled. I work with people, both children and adults, who struggle with their learning, whether it's reading or writing or maths, and I help them understand how their brains learn best. So this is something that I've often seen again and again throughout my career. I've seen this happen many, many times in classrooms, in homes, in meetings, and in conversations between adults who are way more capable than they realise. Someone is trying and you can see the effort, and then all of a sudden they pull back unexplainedly. So I've seen this in the classroom, and I remember clearly one child in particular. I called his reading group and he raced off to get his books. Then all of a sudden I watched him completely freeze when his name was called around, to say, come on, so-and-so, come to the reading table. The colour literally drained from his face, his shoulders rounded, his lip dropped, and he moved really slowly, slunk into his seat, already defeated before he had even read a single word. So it would have been easy to say that he needed more confidence or be more resilient or put more effort in. However, that wasn't what was happening. His nervous system had learned that this situation felt unsafe. When the brain repeatedly experiences something as exposing, difficult, or embarrassing, it logs it. The next time it approaches the situation with way more caution. If the stress continues, that caution grows. Over time, repeated stress quietly turns into belief. I'm no good at reading. I can't spell for nuts. I was always hopeless at maths at school. And repeated struggle becomes a private identity, which doesn't stay in childhood. I meet adults all the time who still carry these beliefs. Intelligent, successful people who casually say, I've never been good at numbers, as if that's a personality trait rather than a pattern that was formed many years ago. When learning feels difficult, the nervous system doesn't ask, how can I improve? It asks something more basic. Is this safe? If the answer is no, even if it's in a social situation and it's no, that processing drops, that working memory narrows down, and the goal becomes just getting through that moment rather than engaging in it. What we often call resistance is actually protection. So it's important before we label behaviour, we need to ask a better question. What is it in this environment that's triggering protection? Environment shapes perception. Repeated stress becomes belief. However, the encouraging part is that this works both ways. When you see that pause, that flicker, that withdrawal, there are some practical things that you can do straight away. Firstly, it's really important that you protect the dignity. If something is difficult, don't make it public. Lower your voice, move beside that person, and remove that sense of performance. No one learns well when they feel exposed. Next thing to do is create a quick experience of success, not by lowering expectations, but by shrinking the task, breaking it down just enough so success is possible. One small win can interrupt the stress pattern and begin to rebuild that confidence. And perhaps it can change the way that they enter the task. Example, if reading aloud feels overwhelming, just begin with discussion. Just talk about the book. Just talk about reading. If writing stalls, talk through a scenario before putting pen to paper. If numbers trigger panic, use something concrete before moving to symbols. The expectation stays the same. The doorway changes. These small shifts tell the nervous system you're safe here, and that changes everything for people. People want to feel seen and they want to feel understood. And when they do, their nervous system settles and quietens. And when that settle happens, that learning becomes possible again. If any of this resonated with you, I've put together a free guide called Discover the Secret to Stress-Free Reading that shares some practical ways to reduce the pressure and support confidence at home or in the classroom. You can download it using the link in the description below. I'm also hosting a private online screening of the award-winning documentary Who Knew Dyslexia is a Gift? It's a powerful reminder that the strengths, creativity, and ways of thinking behind learning differences are worth understanding. They don't need fixing. We can do better, and it starts by recognizing that shutting down is information. If you would like to attend the screening, I would love to have you there. It would just be cool to have a collective of people all interested in the same thing. We have screening times at Tuesday 24th of March at 7:30 p.m. New Zealand time, Thursday 26th of March at 7:30 p.m. New Zealand time, Saturday 28th of March at 3 p.m. New Zealand time. Please RSVP to dyslexiaunpuzzled@gmail.com and I'll send you the viewing details. If you found this helpful, please feel free to share it with someone who might need to hear this today. And if you'd like some more practical ideas to support learning and confidence, you're very welcome to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't hesitate to comment. I love hearing your stories and it's great to have that connection. Have an awesome day.